Well, we are back, everybody. I am Andrew Langer, in for Larry O'Connor today. Sitting with me, of course, is Julie Gunlock. Hello, Julie.
Hello.
There we go. Joining us right now, he is running for the Virginia State Senate, representing District 31 in Loudoun County. His name is Juan Pablo Segura, and there is a forum on human trafficking this evening with two of these Virginia Senate candidates, both Juan Pablo Segura and Bill Wolf. Tell us about this, Juan Pablo.
Well, Andrew, thanks, and Julie, thanks for having me on this morning. Super excited. When I was on the show earlier, I think in a month, one of the commitments I made, my whole platform for running for Senate here in Virginia, is that we can be successful together. And my commitment is to bring people together to solve real problems in the community. Human trafficking is a growing problem in Virginia and across the country. Just a couple weeks ago in Williamsburg, the police raided a laundromat where there were more than 100 migrants that were being trafficked and used for illegal labor. And so we've got to talk about these issues. We've got to come up with solutions. And so we're hosting a really important and timely forum this evening at 7 p.m. at the John Barton Payne building in Warrenton. It's an open community event. Another incredible Senate candidate, Bill Wolf, is running it with me, with Frank Wolf, former congressman, Bob Mosier, who was the secretary here in Virginia for public safety, Amelia, a community activist, and actually a victim of human trafficking. And so it's going to be a great conversation.
Juan, I can't thank you enough for covering this. This is a critical issue, and I'd like to bring up an attempt to pass a bill last year that would have protected kids from these from trafficking. This is Sage's Law. Got a lot of media coverage and was defeated because of the Democrats who voted against it. And frankly, Bill Wolf is actually running against Danica Rome, who was one of the leaders in defeating Sage's bill. Again, Sage's bill would have is named after an actual victim who secrets were kept from her family at the school level, and she eventually was trafficked and sexually assaulted. So, how do you think that this issue is going to affect the election? Are voters aware of not only, sort of the broader human trafficking problem, but how this actually connects to schools and secrets being kept from parents?
Yeah, I mean, I hear this on the campaign trail all the time, which is, are schools actually safe? And so voters are concerned about this. And this is what we're up against, Julie, to be honest. A common sense bill was passed in the House of Delegates earlier this year, but was stopped in a radical controlled state Senate because the Senate Democrats didn't want to empower parents. And this bill, I mean, it's incredibly powerful. If a child, it's not just against human trafficking, which is incredibly important. The bill itself, Sage's Law, would have required administrators in schools to notify parents if their children had thoughts of suicide. And that was blocked. Thoughts of suicide. This is a mental health crisis that we're going through, and we've got radicals in the state Senate that don't want to empower parents and get this important information, what's happening in their children's lives, back to the home. And so I'm going to make sure that we pass Sage's Law. When I'm elected, I've called on my opponent to acknowledge that Sage's Law is important. She hasn't done that. She's refused to talk about it.
Wow.
And so this is what we're up against.
So I appreciate the fact that you and Bill Wolf, who's running in Senate District 30, he is really focused on he's running against transgender lawmaker Danica Rome. This is very important stuff here as well. What I appreciate about what you're doing in this human trafficking event tonight, it's going to be at the John Barton Payne Community Hall in Warrenton, Virginia. It's this issue that shouldn't be partisan, and yet the left has now made it a partisan issue. We should all be deeply concerned about this. I mean, are you dismayed, Juan, that this has become this partisan issue? I don't understand. I personally don't understand it, but please go ahead.
Yeah, I mean, we're seeing a national trend here I mean, in California, the California government refused to acknowledge child sex trafficking as a crime because again, ideologies are kind of getting into the schools, and that's what we're up against. So yeah, this is a huge problem. You've got incredible candidates on the Republican side, like Bill Wolf in Senate District 30, that's standing up, just like myself. We're standing up, and we want to empower parents. We want to make sure our schools, I mean, it's actually pretty simple, right?
Yeah.
Our schools need to be safe. The school systems need to be accountable and transparent. Here in Loudoun County, there are hiding sexual assaults in the schools. They're hiding National Merit Scholarship letters from minority parents and
Yep.
students because merit and excellence are no longer priorities in our school system. And I mean, this is the dose of common sense that we're trying to bring back to Virginia with the governor and myself and Bill Wolf. And so we're working hard to do that. Voters are responding well, and we're just going to keep focusing on kitchen table issues.
Right, as you should. Juan Pablo Segura, best of luck tonight with your event, the John Barton Payne Community Hall in Warrenton, Virginia, 7 to 8:30 p.m. Go and check that out tonight. We've got so much more to get to right now. It's 8:24 on WMAL.